In a dramatic show of unity not seen in years, Britain and its allies just delivered a blunt message to Vladimir Putin. Ceasefire or face the consequences? This weekend, history was made in Kyiv. In a rare and powerful moment of unity, the leaders of Britain, France, Germany and Poland stood shoulder to shoulder with Ukraine, backed by none other than Donald Trump, to demand an immediate 30-day ceasefire in the brutal war with Russia. And they're not asking nicely. If Putin doesn't play ball, crushing new sanctions are on the table. On May 12th, the ceasefire clock starts ticking. The announcement came after a high-stakes meeting in Ukraine's capital. Among those on the ground was UK Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer, who joined President Zelensky and top European leaders in a bold declaration of peace or pressure. What made this even more significant? A call with Donald Trump himself. Yes. That Donald Trump, in a twist few saw coming, it was Trump who originally proposed the 30-day unconditional ceasefire, an idea Ukraine signed on to weeks ago. Now, with Europe on board and the US aligned, this isn't just diplomacy, it's a global ultimatum. Speaking to our chief political correspondent, Henry Zeffman, Prime Minister Starmer was clear. This wasn't just about peace talks. It was about sending a message. A day after Russia's propaganda-laced Victory Day parade, Europe delivered its own statement. We stand with Ukraine, and we're done waiting. It's about more than just politics, Starmer said. It's about the same values we fought for 80 years ago. And it's time to stand up again. But not everyone's thrilled. In typical Kremlin fashion, former Russian President Dmitry Medvedev dismissed the peace plans with a crude response, essentially telling the West where they could shove it. The Kremlin's current spokesman, Dmitry Peskov, didn't sound any more optimistic, demanding an end to European arms shipments before even considering talks. Still, the resolve in Kyiv was unshaken. Starmer emphasized that this is no longer just symbolic. The coalitions, now including the UK, France, Germany, Poland, and the US, is united not just in calling for peace, but in preparing to punish Moscow if it refuses. Tougher sanctions, especially targeting Russia's oil and fossil fuels, are being coordinated to hit Putin where it hurts most, his economy. And for Brits watching at home, this isn't some far-off conflict. The war in Ukraine has sent shockwaves through everyday life. Fuel bills have soared, food prices have climbed, and global instability is shaking people's confidence in the future. Nobody wants peace more than Ukrainians, Starmer said. But what's happening there affects working families right here in Britain. That's why we're stepping up to protect peace, but also to protect the lives and livelihoods of our own people. Asked whether the growing global chaos keeps him up at night, Starmer said no, but only because he's focused on action, not anxiety. His priority? Making sure that if this ceasefire happens, it lasts. No more temporary truces that crumble. What the world needs now is real, lasting peace. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, Europe is reasserting itself. In recent months, Trump's solo dealings with Ukraine had sidelined many EU leaders. But this visit was Europe's way of saying, we matter too. And with defense spending rising, the West is gearing up for a new era, one where unity might just be the world's most powerful weapon. So, the ball is now in Moscow's court. Will Putin accept the ceasefire and step back from the brink? Or will he face the full force of a united Western alliance? One thing's clear. This isn't just another round of empty talk. This is a turning point, and the world is watching.